Welcome back. Soccer Live held their monthly session last week. Bloom Celtic forward Shaun and former Bafana player Mark Fish answered questions. The event was held at the Saxon Hotel in Joburg. What influenced them to play in the PSL after their overseas stints?
I spent more than 11 years abroad, and I just felt it was perfect time. And I think Mark would probably testify as well. When the World Cup was announced, it was actually on a day of one of our games. And we got so excited. We had T-shirts with 2010, and we were promoting from the first day. And I thought it was the perfect time to come back.
We are very passionate about giving back to the game, and the most important thing is, having experienced so much time overseas, you learn a lot of different things on the field, but also a lot of different things off the field. Different cultures, different people, and to come bring it back to the youth of South Africa and make them understand it's not all about football, it's about life and different experiences, and that's what we're trying to do when we come back. And that's why we came back, not only myself, Shaun, Lucas Khanebis, the Philemon Masingas, we all try and come back and try and make a difference. And if we can change one person's life, and hopefully we've made one difference.
I feel very passionate about development, and I think development in South Africa is not up to scratch. Unfortunately, everybody's talking about Bafana now, but they should have done something after the '96 team, because that was a team that was aging together, and we pretty much retired at pretty much the same time. And it's good and well talking about the current team, but I think you've got to start with a foundation.
Exactly what Shaun said. Unfortunately, what had happened is that '96, '98, and as you see the success of the national team at the African Nations Cup of Nations, it's slowly gone backwards or downhill, whichever way you want to look at it. And that's because, as Shaun said, that we looked at a point and we had this success, which I personally feel that us winning the '96 we won it too early, because we only got back into national football in '92 and then '94, '96, and then things were happening too quickly. And next minute, '98, we win the World Cup, and we were just riding on that bubble that was flying high, and everything was exhilarating. But we just didn't think of what happens when all these guys stop, they get too old, and we didn't do enough.
We had a meeting, myself, Mark, Lucas, and some other guys, with SAFA as to what the problem is, what should be done, and in order for the team to progress and make sure that they can be successful. And we gave our ideas, even went as far as offering our help. Just up till this day not been utilized, maybe Mark with the ambassadorial role, but as far as, like you say, getting into the politics of football, I think we need more and more players, because we know what it's all about, what needs to be done. Obviously I haven't got all the experience as far as being on the executives, but this are all things that you can learn as days go by. And I think also when you have players that played abroad and the youngsters can look up to, sometimes it can make a difference having them in your national team.
As I think you get a lot of ex-professionals or ex-Bafana players, and they're complaining, they like pointing fingers at SAFA. Now we all know SAFA this and that, but if you want to get a job and you want to do something for SAFA, stop pointing fingers and actually do something about it. I played under SAFA. There's no way I want to work for SAFA, so that you'll never see me there. Thank you. But really, it's just something that we always see in the newspaper. We know about SAFA. We know all the issues. We know that, as you asked Shaun, it's a brick wall since '92 until up and now. You have before a game there'll be arguments about petty cash, little things, this and that, and why has it not changed? You see the same old faces, the same old things. The teams are changing, the coaches are changing, as I said, the players are changing, everything's changing, but the same old people that were there when we got back, the same old faces. And as Shaun, as we said, to get into that structure, if you want to get into it, you're knocking against a brick wall, and I guarantee you after 2010 that brick wall is going to break down, because all those punters would have filled their pockets with so much money they wouldn't leave SAFA.
I think everybody knows Clive Barker is the best motivator as far as national teams are concerned, and he didn't have to say much. All he had to say was that the people out there and the people that's going to watch on TV, they pretty much depend on us to do what's best and to bring this cup home.
You had Clive Barker that motivated us, and when you play against Malawi, then you're telling you the best team in the world. When you play against Brazil, you're telling you the best team in the world. And it's the most important thing as a professional. When you get to that level, you shouldn't have to have a technical coach to tell you what to do and what not to do, because when you get that level, you know what a 4-4-2 is or 3-5-2, whatever formation. You just maybe sometimes need a coach just to give you a bit of peep saying, well, you know what, tonight you can beat Brazil, and we nearly did. We nearly did. When we were playing, the fans came to watch us. Now we have to take Bafana to the fans, which is, I understand that, but you know what, and I realized playing for Orlando Pirates, playing for Cosmos, Shaun playing for Cape Town Spurs and playing overseas, whenever we came to the stadium to play for the national team, didn't matter which club you played for, the fans came to support Bafana. And that's what we need to get back into the fans. Obviously, you know, success breeds a lot of confidence, and we need the fans to have confidence in the national team. That's the most important. And once they get confidence in the national team, they'll come and watch the national team. Because we have a lot of young, good players. We do. We just need to have this right structure and you know, them to have belief in themselves with us going to the stadium to support them.
Considering we haven't qualified for the second round yet in all the World Cups we have competed, obviously I think that would be primary goal at the moment, getting to the second round. And after that, I think we need to push as far as we go. I think for a host nation, in order for the World Cup to be successful, and I think if you look at the last 3 or 4, the host nation even went as far as the semi-finals. So I think it's very important for the team to do well, not just for the nation but for the World Cup itself, and I'm pretty sure that we're working towards that come 2010.
Well, let's take a short break, and when we come back, we bring you highlights from the Spanish League. Don't go away.